Yo, Nakama Worldwide, welcome back to Conqueror's Haki Corner. It's your boy Vim.
Yo.
It's your boy Rooks. I'm your boy Serge, and we're here to bring you our top 5 Shichibukai, and we're talking about the 5 that were recently abolished, because that's what's going on in the One Piece world at the moment. Yeah. And we will be giving some honourable mentions to the previous Shichibukai because there were some strong cats there.
And these are going to be our opinions, remember, so you think differently against it? Let us know why. You know, the comment box is down there below for you to talk to us.
Before you know, just quickly click it now, smash the subscribe button, leave a like on the video because we appreciate y'all. But without further ado, let's start with some of the people that we're just going to get out the honourable mentions out of the way, and just everyone that's been a Shichibukai that no longer was first. First of all, the strongest out of them has to be Blackbeard.
Okay.
Out of those ones, honourable mention.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah. After that, I'm going to throw in Dofi. He was a very, very tough guy.
Definitely.
Then somewhere in there, we're going to have Jinbei and Law. Law, we forget he was a Shichibukai, if only for a brief moment of time.
I'm going to throw the number out there, about 400 hearts of pirates in a treasure chest. Crazy. And
the weakest for me, and I feel for all of us, and I hope you lot understand too, Gecko Moriah. I mean, he's got a unique ability. You know, he can build an army, but in terms of direct combat, we had him ranking low out of the honourable mentions.
Yeah.
But let's crack on.
You're not forgotten Crocodile though.
Oh my God, how disrespectful.
Crocodile. And I'll tell you one thing, right? And this was obviously pre-New World. Crocodile beat the beep out of Luffy. Like, when I saw that fight, and I watched it, I'm in anime version, I was on the edge of my seat, like, Luffy, what the hell are you doing?
But he lost to a Luffy that was way before Haki.
Yeah, very true. But he teched him. He showed him technique and levels.
Yeah.
He humbled him to an extent where Luffy was never humbled to that point.
Yeah.
So it was a definitely turning point for a villain as such as Crocodile.
And he held his own in Marineford.
Yeah, give him that.
He clashed with some strong people.
He went after Whitebeard's head. No hesitation.
He fought Mihawk, I believe. He protected Luffy against Mihawk. Yeah, some good honourable mentions there. But we're talking about the guys that were recently abolished. So without further ado, number 5, we love him.
Don't do it, please.
Buggy the Clown.
Oh my God, my guy Buggy, man. He's a character, an entity. I want to call him an entity. People are drawn to Buggy for whatever reason. This guy is like an attractive. I don't know if you want to call flies attracted to him, but something is attracted to him, bro.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I'll say about Buggy. He's influential,
100%,
and he's a survivor. Because he's been
to the fullest.
Because you gotta remember, I'm presuming that he is known to be one of the infamous Roger Pirates. Even if he was just a shit deck boy,
he was there,
and he has evaded the world government. He's come up against, like strong people and avoided fighting them.
He's come out of prison, go down.
I was gonna say that. Come up and pull down.
Raised an army.
He was in the Marineford War and got out unscathed.
Crazy. He's actually an OG when you think about it.
I'm going to go out there and say, I'm going to give him, he must have some high level observational hacking. Because he knows how to avoid everything.
I think that's fear more than anything else. His level of fear techniques is like, something's going to happen, I better get the hell out of here real quick.
And of course, one of his best buddies is Shanks. So that's going to help as well. I think Shanks told the world. He talks to the 5 girls. Don't touch Buggy,
That's my guy.
That's my guy from school days, Like, bro, don't touch Buggy. Anyone can get it but Buggy. So they said, let's make him a Shichibukai. We kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Thank you, Shanks. Anyway, moving on. In at number 4, we had Boa Hancock. Now, that's not to be disrespectful. The Queen of the Island has Conqueror's Haki. She can turn men to stone. She's got some great taijutsu technique.
Yeah.
There's a ceiling as to what that snake can do, her body. But she's a very, very strong woman. And, at the Marineford War, she knocked some heads.
I think for the weak-hearted, she's very powerful.
Yeah.
For those who are a little bit leveled up, they jitter. So it's, I want to say vice admiral level. She's got that strength level where she can be on par or take out to an extent.
Well, this is where
you're gauging power.
This is where we gauged her and put her in at number 4, and this was our reasoning.
Yeah.
So she protected Luffy from Smoker,
who's
a strong vice admiral.
Yeah.
So that was one thing. Also, in the movie, which I believe it was 3D2Y.
Okay, yeah.
Was it 3D2Y or was it the other? I think it was 3D2Y when she assisted Luffy in that fight.
Yeah.
She got naked. I mean, she's definitely the most beautiful Shichibukai. But
if we're gonna rank in order of those, she's number one, obviously.
Yeah, so we kind of it was mainly how she handled herself fighting like the sub guys in the movie, even though that's not necessarily canon. But more importantly, at the Marineford War, she was responsible for mashing up a lot of fodder. I think Oda, for a reason, didn't let her clash with no one bigger than that. But she demonstrated that she's a strong woman, and the way she stopped Smoker, you know, she let us know she's legit. But she didn't do enough to go into the upper tier.
Yeah.
So,
fair.
Without further ado, we're going to take you to our number 3, which we have to have right now. Now, this was a toss-up, so whether you have them at 3 or 2, Bartholomew Kuma. So, number 3.
This is difficult,
so
man.
He's insanely strong. Probably was, before he became Shichibukai, before Sabo was, he was the number 2 on the dragon. As you see him in the anime, he's always walking past the dragon in the flashbacks.
It's difficult, but he's strong.
No, he is strong, but he's a slave now, man. He's on his knees. He allowed himself to become a robot.
For a bigger purpose.
For a bigger purpose.
In terms of strength, I don't want to negate anything from him for what his message and his intentions were. That's where he's obviously now downsized into different levels. But when you look at relatively Bartholomew Kuma, his actual ability, his knowledge, the way he carried himself, it was at to a different level we had never seen up until that point.
Well, when he came in at the end of Thriller Bark, this is where we kind of eradicate Moriah. For Luffy to be Moriah, you realize Moriah has an ability to cause a scene, to like raise an army, to have great things around him, but in direct combat, he wasn't too impressive. Then in comes Bartholomew Kuma. Although the Straw Hats were tired, even if they weren't, it wouldn't have made a difference.
100%. You couldn't even touch him. You can't land a finger on him because it doesn't affect him from that perspective.
He was so strong that Dr. Vegapunk decided to base the pacifistas on him and his ability, combined with Kazara's ability. We're not forgetting that. But at Marineford, he kind of fought with Ivankov.
Yeah.
It's very hard to gauge Kuma because it's not all Kuma.
We don't get the full strength of him because one, he's facing a depleted Straw Hat crew and they're not really up to this level of fighting him even at that point. And when he's overtaken as a robot, you can't gauge him because he's not in full true self.
I mean, does a robot use Haki? You know?
Yeah.
So for that reason, because we're going to assume as he is in the story, he's a robot and a slave, we had to put him there. We couldn't put him any higher, but we're open to discussion. He could be higher.
But still a great ally as well.
No.
We still got to respect him, man. Jesus.
Number 2, come on. Now, this is like the one where we don't know enough, but the hype is real. Edward Weevil.
Nah, he's crazy. He's
crazy strength. Potential son of Whitebeard. Now, we obviously sounds like it's fake, but you know what? With the recent emergence that he was on the Rocks Pirate before he started, and you know, the guy wanted to start a family, and to start a family, you got to do something. You know, like, no, it's true. Big Mom did it. They all did it, man. Like, God knows how many kids these people had with each other, man. I still wouldn't be surprised by that. But this guy has been chasing, like, smashing heads over island to island. He's been hunting the remainder of the Whitebeard pirates, and although we haven't got specifics as to who he has conquered, he's conquered many of them as well.
No, he's taking them out. It's true.
And you know, just because of the hype, we had Edward Weevil at number 2.
Edward Weevil, like when his first entrance, one thing, the narration around him was he destroys, he destructs, he's powerful. So they use him very, very prominent words to just describe him in itself. So although we don't know much about him, we know that the fear is already written on him. So they put him on the level of he's nothing to be messed around. And we don't even know what his true strength is on that level.
And it's based on that. Usually when characters get that level of hype and they're kept from us, they're usually very strong.
Yeah, definitely.
Usually very strong. Definitely. So based on that, we had to, and he's got bad intentions.
100%. And again, we don't know if he has a devil's fruit. His destruction is on par with his pups who had the Goro no Mi. So even without that, and he's still doing all of this, it's crazy.
So the idea is he probably has some insanely strong Haki. Number 1 was never in doubt. I think this was the easiest one. I mean, and going along with that concept of you don't see much of him, Dracul Mihawk.
Woo!
And we're still waiting on that bounty to come out.
Susan.
I think, you know what? This will be settled in a lot of ways, not entirely, but when the bounties come out. I think the bounties, we can expect the bounties of the Shichibukai to come out, the ones that don't get caught. But Dracul Mihawk, he was a rival of Shanks.
Yeah. Their fights were echoed across the whole of the seas.
Yep. He is anointed the greatest swordsman in the world. He controls the big black blades. He refused to fight Shanks at Marineford because he refuses to fight someone that isn't at 100%.
I didn't come here to help fight Shanks. You told me to stop the White Bear Pirates. I've done my job. I'm walking away. He doesn't care. And for the fact that he's telling the world government that who is supposedly his controller, who he's a puppet of, shows obviously his presidents and how much of a powerful anomaly he is there. So.
And I'm still going with it. I think his bounty will be over 2.5 to 3 billion. Easily. He's a lot. And you know what? There's something to be said. With both our number ones and number twos, they roll pretty much solo.
That's, you know what I was about to say.
They roll solo.
100%.
Like,
they're not on their own.
You have to be a badass MF to go. You don't even have a ship. You have a little rowboat with a little jet or whatever it has.
And you will remember that when Luffy was with Sanji on the little fishboat when they were cooking, Mihawk was just strolling along, he was just a little candle. Nothing, that was crazy. Small rowboat on his own, conquering the Grand Line, easily.
Destroying ships with one slash at a time. The only thing where, and maybe it was for plot purpose, where Oda didn't let him go wild at Marineford, like Crocodile held his own, and that's why we're gonna with the honourable mentions, we had to big up Crocodile in that fight. Crocodile held his own against him, but again, uncapped. We still don't know the levels, but just based on titles, we have to give it to him. And I'm gonna go say, a guy with that ambition to be the strongest in the world, to fight with Shanks, he must have crazy King's Haki.
100%.
Crazy.
And this is where we got to remember this was pre-explained Haki. So imagine when we actually see Mihawk coming, if we get to see the fights, Haki imbued slashes, people are going to be taken out, you're not going to be able to handle it.
Well, yeah, that's right. I mean, before the Marineford War or during it, we didn't have the perspective of Haki, but I guess someone who figured out real quick was Luffy when he dodged the slash because he knew he would be dead if he didn't. So
the arms will be gone, everything will be cut.
So there you go, we have it. Number 5, Buggy the Clown. Number 4, Boa Hancock. Number 3, Cuba the Tyrant. Number 2, Edward Weevil. And number 1 has to be Dracul Mihawk. What do you guys think below? If you disagree with us, leave a like and please comment. Let us know who you think your top 5 are. And also let us know how you rank the former Shichibukai, where you put them. Do any of them surpass Mihawk? I think the only one that legitimately has a chance is Blackbeard. Whether he's there right now, we don't know. And we'll never know because there will never be a one-on-one.
Sure.
But let us know. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button.
Hit the like button, guys.
And don't share the video.
Yeah, that's it. But from Haki Corner, it is that time.
Peace out.